People care about your story more than you think. Let me prove that to you because this is what I have realized during my content creation journey and I want to share the whole context with you. So here we go. People do care about your story more than you think they do. I know it might sound obvious to some people, but it wasn't for me for the longest of time. I used to think like, why would anybody care about my story? Because everybody is posting their own thing on social media. Well, in a way, fair point. Because of social media, we have started to kind of believe that nobody really cares about our life, what we share, what we do. It feels like everybody is just showing up what's going on in their lives, what achievements they are going through, and we start to somewhere compare ourselves to that, right? And we stop kind of sharing what is it about us, what is it about the day in our lives that we do that is different, probably because everything seems so scalable or everything feels like okay, it has been done before, what am I doing new, that we don't end up sharing anything about ourselves. I know a lot of people hold back from sharing their stories just because they feel like they don't have anything new to say because everybody is going through the same path, the route, the rat race, and it's just getting too exhaustive. So why to share? And I'm not gonna lie, I as a content creator used to also feel very weird sharing like some small moments of my life because I feel like that's too small to share. Like why should I even put this out? It's doesn't matter really to people, and some things are supposed to be kept to yourselves. It's your story, it's your life. Like you don't have to put everything out on the internet just because you're a creator. And in a way I would say that I was running away from my vulnerability because I don't want to show up vulnerable online or just really say out the things that I say in my mind or when there is nobody or to my closest of people. So yeah, I did think like that, but apparently not. I really analyzed what other people on the internet who were creating content were doing, and I always felt, kind of like suspected their guts, felt like maybe it's too performative, or like thought that why are they even sharing these deepest, darkest stuff on the internet? Like, why do we need to know? But I felt like that I kind of started to understand that that is what made them, in the eyes of their audience. And that's why they were getting engagement that they do not even expect. And by engagement, don't even think about like the social media metrics in terms of like getting other people also to voice their stories just by listening to them because they were engaging in their comment section with their stories they were opening up. So in a way they were inspiring other people, but to me it used to feel like oversharing just simply to put out. And I did not share a lot of my stories or my daily life just because of that. Yeah. So what I did best was basically to share the learnings from a certain moment in my life that I've had without sharing the moment in my life. I used to just tell the takeaway or my learning or my thoughts on it. And in a way, I saw that that did not get a lot of traction because people were not getting the context of what you were giving the takeaway of. So then I started to kind of little by little share about things, not entirely because of course I was so opposite of me. And when I started to do that, I saw that people actually connected with the daily life stories, like the basicest of things. And I felt like, I don't know, that was not me in my content because my content has to be like thoughtful, inspirational, and whatever, motivational, and whatnot. And that can only come from takeaway. No, I was wrong. You don't need to give the takeaway. People are smart enough to understand that. You just have to present your story. This is my biggest realization I've had so far in my content creation journey ever since I restarted from last year. And it has been a game changer, I would say. I mean, I'm slowly growing, but yeah, I will grow in this type of direction now that I've realized why storytelling is important. Storytelling, not the skill that comes the moment you start actually telling your story. You don't really have to care about the skill and the technique of telling a story. If you feel it the way and you say it that way, you're doing a great job at storytelling. Yeah, that's what I realized. Basically, kill perfection, and it is very difficult for somebody who loves to plan and get into the details, zoom in, and just see what's going wrong to make it right. It's really difficult, but I think I'm starting to nail it because a few days back, actually a few weeks back, my Instagram started to kind of take off, and this is what I realized, that what is working in my content, which I did not do before. I was just simply sharing my life. So how it started is, basically I was in my office and I was writing this one script about how my internship is ending soon and what I'm feeling. And I literally just made a video sharing, like writing that same raw thoughts without even editing with AI or anything. The script, I just wrote that and I just did a voiceover with the clips that I took. And I just shared it, and people really connected with it. And I did not know what fun people were getting from my internship ending, because that's a mystery for me. But, well, great. I understood that, and I followed that route, that I need to be more real and share about what currently is happening in my life, which is my internship ending and how I'm feeling about it. And a lot of people were feeling the same emotions as me, or in fact emotion of finding a job or like looking for the next steps, what's ahead. That is something that connected with other international students like me, who reached out to me asking about what am I doing to even get that internship, what did I do to get that internship, and what am I going to do now, with job search and stuff. So I really did realize one big thing in this content creation journey, I would say, that be real and do not think what other people will think about your story or what you have to say or what you're going through. Just share. Just open up the camera and share. And oftentimes you would downplay that, and if others are doing, you would be like, huh, why are they sharing so much? Or like, it's not even necessary. This is like barely effort wala content, like low effort. And that is selling. And you're like, you're putting so much effort into curated, thoughtful takeaways and nothing's working. But then that is, and you're amazed. Maybe effortless content does work because you have the heart first, then your mind. Wow, I'm going crazy with the wordings, but you get the vibe. I have just been kind of enlightened, I would say, with this. So that's why I'm like really sharing this with you right now. And I feel this is also more of the phenomenon because our world is getting smaller. Everybody is connected, but also at the same time disconnected with each other. And they're trying to find more kind of friends online or people to relate to online, even though they are not somebody like your friend at present who you can connect with or like hang out with, but they're still trying to look at those authentic voices online who they can really relate to, who speak to them. So nothing performative, because people can catch you on that. So I thought of it, what you can say, probably if you also feel that you don't have things to say, what you can do is tell the story how you feel it. This is something I'm living by or swearing by these days. You can talk about your day, not just the things that you did, but how you felt while doing those things. You can also talk about what you're currently trying to figure out in your life, because I'm sure everybody is trying to do, and what is the journey like for you. You don't have to have all the answers yet, but just that you don't have answers is also very relatable to people. You can also start sharing like probably specific moments that kind of moved you, that stayed with you, a thought, reflection, by talking to another person, something that you realized by doing, and you have to tell the entire context of what you did and why you realized, and yeah, or even your feelings and relationships with people, your behavior around them, what you're learning, what's difficult, probably what is changing in relationships or just environment around you. It doesn't have to be anything big, but real, of course. Just observing a lot and just reporting it real time with the camera and posting it works. And finally, one more thing. This is also especially because now you will be trying to share your daily life. And sometimes in life, you can't do stuff every day perfectly, or the things that you have planned out, and you just don't have anything to say, and that is completely okay. You cannot share everything, right? Like, by everything, I don't mean like everything that you're brushing your teeth or eating. That's just basic. Everybody knows, does that. But what is the feeling behind it? If you have nothing to say, but that doesn't mean that you always have to show up on the internet just trying to be real and authentic and always share everything to be real. You will just exhaust yourself. People might get the fun out of it, but you will exhaust yourself. So it's okay to pause, but it's important equally to come back, stronger, and just be real in that way. If you don't have anything to say, say that, and just don't say anything. But be sure to come back. Consistency is very important. one big thing that I have realized throughout not just content creation, but through everything that I do. Yeah. So start sharing your story. Nothing is too much, it's all in your head. Just show up. You don't have to be the expert, you don't have to be perfect. Nobody is expecting you to be anything because they are getting to know you for the first time. So you are the way you present yourself to be. So as long as you show up honestly, it will work out for you. It is starting to work out for me, and I hope it does for me. Please send in good wishes in the comments for me. But yes, so hi to any fellow new creator over here. I hope you could relate to this. I don't know if it makes sense to you, if you have reached the stage that I am in already thinking about this. And if you did, I am so glad and happy to connect. Because trust me, people care more than you think. I do. Now come say hi. Bye bye. See you in the next video.